We in the leadership development team, we spent a lot of time working with leaders in strategic workshops, connecting the dots.
Yeah.
We worked with the
I
legal
remember.
team, the IT team, the HR team. And it was interesting and fascinating when you would be talking to someone. And I remember talking to a lawyer actually who was in one of my class. He's like, I lead the contracts team. Like I do contracts. That's what I do. And he's like, how do I help sell terminals? I said, okay, so who actually creates the contracts? He goes, we do. I said, okay, who uses the contracts? He said, salespeople. I said, okay, who do the salespeople talk to? He said, the salespeople talk to the clients. Okay, and so the clients are the ones who are doing what? And he goes, buying terminals. I said, oh.
Yeah.
So you create contracts
Yeah.
that salespeople use,
Yeah.
and the salespeople use the contracts with the clients who they're selling terminals to. I said,
Yeah.
so what if we didn't have contracts? And then he goes, damn, how did you do that? And I said, okay, exactly right.
Yeah.
And I said, do you want to know how I help people sell terminals? And he said, how? I said, you're in my class. And he went, what? I said, yeah, you're in my class. You're learning how to lead a team of people who produce contracts.
Yeah.
That salespeople use to put in front of clients to sell terminals. And he was just so, you could tell,
beautiful,
empowered and not like this guy who was in the contracts team. So it's just, it doesn't take a lot to help people fully understand. And then the last one is just making sure that, do you want to be a culture of recognition? Like, do you want to be a culture where recognition exists? And if so, how do you start to model that behavior and choose those moments? And then how do you ensure your leaders have what they need so that they can make sure that they're recognizing the people that report to them?